Hello, how you doing? This is going to be an amazing class for you. My name is Harrison Tito. So this is our sound class. Let's learn. If you have a smartphone and all you do with it is make calls, please return the smartphone to the sellers. Come pick up this phone. That way you can continue to make your calls. But if you want to do more with your phone, if you want to do more than just consuming digital content on social media and you want to create, I am the guy that can teach you how to become a filmmaker in just 2 days. With 20 years experience of being a filmmaker, of working with HBO, the team that made Game of Thrones, working with them here in Nigeria, with working as a content creator for a global brand that operates in 53 countries, I can tell you that I know what it takes to create amazing content. And then I can also let you know that the most important aspect of content creation is the content you are creating, not the equipment you're using.
If you shoot on 4K or you shoot on 8K, guess what? TV station does not even transmit right now on HD. They still transmit on SD, this small format. So if my phone can shoot on 4K and shoot on this format, and TV is still going to compress it to SD so that they can broadcast, then you can watch at home. What's the point of shooting with high-end camera that I cannot easily afford?
Do more with your smartphone. Become smart with your smartphone. You can see that I have some equipment that I'm going to use to teach you sound. So this is a basic introduction class to sound. So when we talk about sound, what is sound? When you watch movie, when the wind is blowing, you hear the sound. When you watch movie, when something hits another, you hear the sound. When you watch movie, you hear soundtrack that makes you feel, oh, this is a very nice romantic scene because the music that is playing is depicting that kind of feeling. Now, what is sound in film? Sound in film is music, sound effects, ambient sound, and the dialogue. What you hear people say when they are talking in the movie is dialogue. Ambient sound is the sound or the noise around a particular environment. Like when you're in a motor park, you hear different people shouting, different destinations, you hear people asking questions, you hear people hawking what they are selling. That gives you a feel of what the environment is. So it tells a story for you. Even a blind person can tell that, oh, this is a motor park with the eyes closed. Then if you are in a market scene, when you hear people hawking, you hear people talking, because of the noise, you can tell that, oh, this is a market scene. So if you are shooting a movie scene in the market and the sound you are hearing is the sound of motor park, it's going to be confusing. Or you're in a classroom, you are hearing the teacher talk, you are hearing the students answer questions, you can tell that, oh, this is a classroom. These are things that can help you to have better understanding of the scene. Even when your eyes are closed or you're in a different room, the movie is playing, you can tell that, oh, that is a classroom scene. Oh, that's an hospital scene. When you hear the siren of the ambulance, when you hear people running, rushing, oh, get out of the way, emergency, emergency, those things help you to understand the scene better. So sound is very vital when it comes to getting the best out of any movie. For instance, somebody wants to eat cake. If the person is eating cake in a scene, you don't have to go back and buy cake when you cannot afford a cake. But if the noise in that particular scene would not allow you get that particular cake wrapper sound, you can just get normal nylon or take the wrapper from set, put it in your bag. When you get to the studio, if you use your teeth, you can do that. So that way you can get the sound that you want to get for what you want. Another way is assuming you need to use cutleries to create a sound effect in a particular scene. If you can't get good sound quality because of generator noise, you can just get two things that can make that sound. Get two cutleries that you need. You can get that sound. At the same time, if you are someone who is recording a cooking show, and you don't have the opportunity to record sound for the scene where you are cutting fish, you can just get foam, anything that you can cut, and check out the sound. So I have to bring it close so that the microphone can pick it. So that's going to give you the sound like you are trying to cut fish. If you were given a contract to record a commercial for a deodorant or perfume, what you have to do is shoot the commercial in an amazing way that you want to shoot it. But if you have to get a sound effect that can intrigue people and get their attention, you have to put a sound effect of the perfume while the person is spraying it. So you can just put water in a container. This is the process of Foley. You can just put water in the container and spray close to a microphone. This gives you that sound effect that you need, and you get quality sound for what you want to achieve. This is a chopping board. With this chopping board in your studio, you can create sound effects of someone walking. That can give you an amazing sound. So you just bring shoe, you get back to the studio. I'm just going to pad this up. So you can create this sound effect of while you are watching the movie. You can hear the sound. With this sound, you can make it sound like somebody's walking on a hallway. So this goes a long way to help you to create the sound that you want to create in the studio that will help you cheat. If you recorded a scene where somebody was cooking in the kitchen and the person poured water into a bowl or into a cup, if you had issues with that particular scene because of the sound quality or the mic messed up, or probably somebody was making noise and you need to get just the sound of that water pouring into a cup, when you get back to the studio, instead of reshooting that scene, you just pour water in a cup and pour it straight up into it. That gives you the sound effect you want to get from that particular scene. Imagine a situation where a little boy is walking on the street, hungry, lonely, homeless, and is kicking plastic containers. If you can't get that sound because the street is a very busy street, you can go back to the studio, get a plastic container, and this is my chopping board. With this, you can get the sound effect of the little boy walking on the street and kicking container. You can also make him press this and play with it. So with this sound, you can get better sound quality in your studio to replace the sound effect you're trying to create for that scene, and it brings your picture alive. To get the best of sound, you have to ensure that you avoid noise by all means. That way, you are trying to get sound from source as clean as possible. When you are in the market, and in that market you're trying to record two actors having a conversation, then all of a sudden somebody puts on generator or somebody puts on grinding machine, you can't ask the person not to attend to a customer. So when you record that sound, are you going to allow that noise to spoil your work, or you're going to wait till they are done before you start recording? So what if it's the time when the market is closing, or this person is going to work for the next 5 hours and you need to get to another location? How do you make that sound work well? The best thing you can do is to go back to the studio and re-record that sound. In re-recording that sound, you're going to listen to what they are saying in the market. Then you are not going to voice on that so that they can lip sync it. That process is ADR. If you're at the beach and you are recording sound and you notice that your sound is going to have problem because of the wind, the first thing you start thinking of is ADR, because you're going to go back to the studio to re-record a sound. Even when you don't have the money to buy the most expensive microphone or have this particular blip and the dead cat skin to break down the wind so that the wind does not disturb your microphone. So if you want to make your sound come out as clean as possible, you should go back to the studio and lay another voice on it. That way you are doing the ADR process. It is a way of bringing sound to rest on top another sound that you want to replace because you don't want the noise in that sound. ADR is something you can do in the studio. Another aspect of sound creation that helps a lot is Foley. If you have a smartphone and all you do with it is make calls, please return the smartphone to the sellers. Come pick up this phone. That way you can continue to make your calls. But if you want to do more with your phone, if you want to do more than just consuming digital content on social media and you want to create, I am the guy that can teach you how to become a filmmaker in just 2 days. With 20 years experience of being a filmmaker, of working with HBO, the team that made Game of Thrones, working with them here in Nigeria, with working as a content creator for a global brand that operates in 53 countries, I can tell you that I know what it takes to create amazing content. And then I can also let you know that the most important aspect of content creation is the content you are creating, not the equipment you're using.
If you shoot on 4K or you shoot on 8K, guess what? TV station does not even transmit right now on HD. They still transmit on SD, this small format. So if my phone can shoot on 4K and shoot on this format, and TV is still going to compress it to SD so that they can broadcast, then you can watch at home. What's the point of shooting with high-end camera that I cannot easily afford?
Do more with your smartphone. Become smart with your smartphone. Another way to get the best of sound in a movie is to make your movie scene come alive with the use of sound effects. How do you do that? It's simple. What you need to do is to recreate the sound that you want people to hear. If it is not convenient for you to run after someone who is running, or even run after a horse to record the sound, and you cannot fix microphone at that point in time, you can get back to the studio and recreate that sound effect. That process is called Foley. Foley is the process of recreating a sound that you can use to replace the sound that you recorded initially to get better quality of that sound. I hope you enjoyed the part where I spoke about things you can create with your microphone to create sound effects, to bring your movie alive by creating amazing sound effects like recreating sound in the studio using either ADR or using the process of Foley to recreate sound and make your sound effect come out amazing. Now you know that you can record quality sound in your studio to replace any sound you recorded previously that you're not comfortable with. So that process is called ADR if you are replacing a dialogue. Then if you want to create sound effects that can make your sound come alive and make your scene come alive when glass drops and it breaks, the kind of sound effect you want to get, you may not get it in the scene where you are shooting, but you can recreate it in the studio. And that process is called Foley. Now you know that. How do you record it? What microphone do you use? So how do you make this happen? Before we go into that, we need to know the types of microphones that we use in making film. There are two major types of microphones that we can use to make film. Omnidirectional microphone and unidirectional microphone are the two types of microphones. God is omnipotent. That means he's ever present and is everywhere. Omnidirectional microphone is a microphone that picks sounds from around its surrounding equally. If God is ever present everywhere, that means he's equally present everywhere. Omnidirectional microphone picks sound equally regardless of where you are around the microphone. If you are in front of the microphone, at the back of the microphone, by the side of the microphone, or above the microphone, even below the microphone will pick sound equally around that circular form. And that 360 degrees way of picking sound makes the microphone very good and powerful for places like conference where somebody is speaking and another person is giving an idea or people are making comments and you want to get the sound equally. Then you can use omnidirectional microphone. When you say omnidirectional microphone, it simply means it picks sound from all the surrounding. Omni is a Latin word and it means all. Unidirectional microphone is the same thing as directional microphone. It means it's taking sound from one direction, the direction you want to focus on to get sound from. What this means is if you are not focusing on the sound that is coming from your back, it's not going to pick that sound. It's going to pick the sound that is facing where you want to get your sound source from. So if you point the microphone towards the camera like this, it's going to pick the sound in front of the camera. It's not going to pick the sound at the back. It's not going to pick the sound from the side. It's not going to pick the sound from this other side simply because it's a unidirectional microphone. It's not omnidirectional microphone where you can pick sound from around your surrounding because the microphone is placed here or placed like this. So unidirectional microphone is very good for filmmaking because that way you can cut off the noise you don't want. You can cut off what you don't need and focus on what you need. That is why unidirectional microphone is very good. Uni is a Latin word and it means one. So it helps you to pick sound from one direction. That is why it's called unidirectional microphone. I've heard many people say unidirectional microphone is the only microphone you should use to make movies. No, you can use unidirectional microphone and use omnidirectional microphone depending on what you want to record. If you are recording an event in a sports center and you want to get the sound of everybody equally, you can use an omnidirectional microphone and your sound will remain clean and good. Now, you can use either of them to create whatever you want to create, regardless of what the microphone can record. But if you now want to use omnidirectional microphone to record a movie scene where you want to pick sound from only one person, you are going to get lots of noise from that microphone. But if you use unidirectional microphone, you get better sound. So just think of what you're shooting, what you're recording, and think of the microphone that works best for you to record a sound. Now it's time for you to get to know the equipment that can help you get quality sound in your studio or anywhere you are recording sound with microphone. This is a condenser microphone. This microphone is what you find in the studio or even a radio station. You can use it for podcast. It helps you to get quality sound. It uses a diaphragm, and with this diaphragm, it helps to enhance the quality of your sound. But the best microphone you can use for film is this shotgun microphone. It's a unidirectional microphone, and it's a good microphone because with this, you can control the sound you want to hear and cut off the sound you don't even want on your project because you are focusing on one particular point. Another example of microphone that you can find around that is very common is the church microphone you find in churches. Most of them are dynamic microphones. A dynamic microphone is just a regular omnidirectional microphone that picks sound from all around its surrounding. That's why they use it in the church. That way you can get the sound of the preacher, you can get the sound of people cheering and all of that, but use a unidirectional microphone. There are so many types of unidirectional microphones in the market. So this is called a boom mic. It's called a boom mic because you attach it to a boom pole and be able to record and place it over the subject for the person to talk. But one thing you need to know is this. I've invested so much in microphones and I've discovered that the best microphone to get quality sound when you are doing an interview is a lapel mic. Unless the person is going to hold the microphone so close to the mouth. And sometimes some people make the mistake of making sound that can disturb the mic like yes, the sound becomes a problem. That is why in radio stations, you see them put pop filter, the black stuff in front of it to prevent the pop from spoiling the sound that they want you to hear at home when you are listening to radio. For me, I will advise that when you are doing an interview or you are teaching, like what I'm doing right now, you use a lapel mic instead of connecting a boom mic. A boom mic is very good, but there's a downside of using a boom mic. Most of the boom mics out there don't use batteries. They are powered through another device. It's called phantom power. Because of the way they were made, you will need a higher power voltage, like 48 volts, to power it, because some other microphones run on 12 volts. So once it exceeds that level and it gets to like 48 volts, you will need something to power it up. So you will need something like a mixer that has a phantom power. This is a phantom button to make this microphone come on. So that means you have to connect this microphone to this mixer, power the mixer, either with battery or you plug it to light for this microphone to come on because it has phantom power function to come on. You can also use this Zoom H4n and any other device they have out there to record sound as a sound recorder. You just connect your wire straight up to it, connect your wire here, connect the other SLR wire here. That way you put this one on. This one is phantom power enabled. So with that, you can power this. Now, what if this stops working? What if this is not working? What if you don't have this? What if you can't afford it? What if you don't have a mixer? Then it becomes a problem when you want to use a boom microphone. So that is why I would recommend that every filmmaker should have more than one microphone. You can have a boom microphone and have a lapel microphone. This is a lapel microphone. One is a transmitter, the other one is a receiver. What happens is you connect this to the speaker and you plug this to your camera or your mixer where you want to transfer your sound into. This is transmitting, this is receiving. That is how it works, as simple as that. But it's quite expensive because at the point when I could not easily afford all of this, I started thinking of alternative means. So there are times when you go to the market, you see microphone just like this. When you buy microphones like this, you now have to connect to your device to work. But you have to connect to a device that is ready to take sound into it. If not, you're going to have issues with sending sound into that device. This is a blip. The function of a blip is to help you record sound in a way that you have clean quality. How will it do that? It will help you to achieve that because of this fabric over the blip. This is just fabric, woolly fabric. This is called a dead cat skin. This is a dead cat skin. That's what they call it. And this is a blip. All you do is fix your boom microphone into it. You just fix it inside. You can see the rubber inside. That rubber helps to prevent vibration and the microphone from hitting this plastic. That way, you don't have problem of vibration. This is what vibration can cause. So that helps you to prevent it. So you can record with this directly with your microphone inside in your studio if you wish to. You can use this to record in your studio if you wish directly like this. But it's advisable to keep your microphone as close as possible and as direct as possible to the person that is speaking. That way you can have better sound. But with this, if you want to record in your studio, you want to use this, it's okay. But you don't have to wear this dead cat skin on it. It's not going to be necessary indoor. But when you are recording outdoor, you are recording at the beach and you know the wind is so much and you want to stop the wind, like you want to have something to serve like a windbreaker. This is what you use to serve as a windbreaker, this dead cat skin. You just wear it on it. You cover it with your mic in it, then you record. So this is a windbreaker to help you get good sound so that wind does not disturb you. So you don't start hearing sound like that helps you to prevent that kind of sound. But this is very expensive. When you can afford this, what do? So as an indie filmmaker, somebody who is an independent filmmaker, you are just starting, what do? You see this fabric. This is just what is remaining from what I've been cutting from. I went to the market and I bought a bag that is woolly like this. So, you know, women have amazing bags that you can easily find like this. I think I bought it very cheap. So with this fabric, you can easily create your own dead cat skin. Look at it. What's the difference? What's the difference? You can see that this can solve a problem for you. I got this for, I think, like 30,000 naira. And I got a full bag that I've been using to make my own dead cat skin for like over 4 years. I bought it for 500 naira. So I've just been cutting and I will just sew together and put my microphone into it. Once I do that, I'm covered. So this becomes my own dead cat skin that prevents sound from disturbing my recording. So this is an example of what I created. This is another bag I saw also, because you cannot really tell what you'll find that has this for. So this is a dead cat skin also that I created. I bought a purse in the market for 50 naira, and with that purse, I was able to create this. So all I have to do is clip this to this, and I'm good to go. This gives me the same feel that this dead cat skin will give me. Instead of spending 30,000, I can just use this to achieve what I need to achieve. So that way, it's advisable for you to stay creative, be resourceful, and find a way to save cost. You can get creative by creating your own dead cat skin yourself. Get a bag and make that happen. Now, if you want to record sound, if you cannot afford the mixer that is in the market, I think the last time I checked, it was 250,000 naira to buy a good mixer. You can actually get this kind of mixer that will power your boom mic. Your shotgun mic can be powered by this because it has phantom power. But how do you now make this work? Or how do you move about with this? Because it doesn't have its own inbuilt battery. If you want to know how to make this, there's going to be a special video on how to create your own DIY sound mixer that can power your microphone and you can go on the move without even plugging it to light. There's another source that you can use to make this move and achieve what you need to achieve. So that's going to be a special video that I'm going to drop. So watch out for the video, or watch the video if it's already out there. Now, this is a recorder that you can use to record sound. You can plug your mic directly to it, any kind of mic, and it's very awesome. There are so many versions out there, newer ones out there that you can use to record sound. It helps you to record sound into the device. So it's like a mobile studio. It's a sound recorder. It helps you to get your sound into this place as clean as your sound can even be in the studio. It's an awesome device. But when you cannot afford this, I think the last time I checked, the price was 90,000. You start thinking of, how do you get quality sound? How do you get the best of your sound? How do you record sound when you cannot afford this? Lastly, I'll tell you that when it comes to recording sound, monitor your sound. It's very important to monitor your sound. Get good headphones that you can use to monitor your sound on set when you're shooting. When you don't have the chance to use this because you cannot afford this, because this has a jack that you can plug earphone to. You can plug earphone to this place and monitor what you are recording. But if you cannot afford it, if you cannot get it, look, plug this to your laptop and record. If you can't plug this to your laptop because you are plugging a microphone jack directly into your laptop jack, you can get this adapter. It's 200 naira. You plug to the microphone part for the microphone, and this other side will be on the headphone part. Then you can monitor what they are recording. That works for you. That saves you money. But in a situation where you cannot record and monitor, please, after a minute of recording, play back and be sure your sound is good. If not, you may just wish you didn't go out to shoot, and I don't want that to be your situation. So please monitor your sound. Get good headphones and monitor your sound. My name is Harrison Tito. I hope you enjoyed this basic introduction class of sound recording for film.